Ritual and Epiphany in the Mysteries of Mithras is the new book by Peter Mark Adams, published by Theion Publishing. And this has been one of my most anticipated books of the year, and it has not failed to deliver, folks. This is wonderful stuff, as you probably expected. I mean, it's Peter Mark Adams after all, and, Theion Publishing are not new to the art of putting out lovely books, and they really have excelled this time, in my opinion. This cover it's everything I look for in a cover, right? So yes, have I seen more beautiful covers than this in my life? Yes. Is this a 10 out of 10? Yes. Yeah, this hits every single one of my checkboxes. It's a lovely cloth. The print is highly detailed and it has taken well. You can see very, very nice detail on the ink part of it here. And then there's an ingenious use of the gold stamp. It's embossed on the cover. This as I say, it ticks every single box. There is a nice rounded spine. It feels luxurious. There's gold head and tail bands. It is Smith sewn naturally, and there is a gold ribbon running all the way through naturally. And there are some very nice end papers as well, like this metallic bronze paper. It's very cool. And then on the back it's black. The books are not hand numbered, although there is a description of the various editions available on the very back page. And you can see that there's going to be an Auric edition, which I don't believe is out yet. You can go and check to see if it's completely sold out or not. I'm pretty sure by this time it probably is. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the contents. Well, Peter Mark Adams is absolutely your guy if you're looking to dig deep into initiatory cults of the past, right? His books Mystère and Hagia Sophia and Game of Saturn all really point to his deep understanding of the inner nature of the mystery cults of ancient Greece and especially of Rome, since it's through the Roman evidence that we have today that we know a little bit about mystery cults. And so let's go through this a little bit. There is seven different parts here, and he gives us an overview and a deep dive. All right, so starting with just the overview of the context within which Mithraic cults started to pop up, the history, the background, and also what other cults previously existed that the Mithraic cult is eerily similar to, right? And so I think what I have to say is that what I appreciate the most about Peter Mark Adams' approach is that he's not just telling us about the external factors. He's not just telling us about what people did, what substances they used, what pictures they drew, what it all meant, or anything like that. He's giving us that, of course, but what's most important for Peter is the lived experience of the people going through those initiations and living as receivers of these rituals. And it's beautiful. The way he explains it is very, very engrossing. It gives you a sense of being there, and it's I guess probably the closest you can probably get to in fact being there nowadays, naturally, right? The Mithras cults are certainly no longer in existence, but yeah, so you've got an idea of the table of contents over here. Just want to show you maybe a little bit of what's going on the inside. Yeah, so by the time you've got through the introduction, you already feel like more of an expert than most people in the world on the topic of the Mithric cults, and on initiatory mystery schools in general. In fact, it's extraordinary what Peter does for us here. And so then when you start actually digging into the actual details, the how to say, the individual parts that make up the what we know of the Mithras cults, you really feel like you understand what you're reading. It was funny. I felt like the very first few lines I was struggling to understand, and then reading a few lines more, I was like, okay, maybe this isn't going to be as hard as I first expected. And then by the end of the second page, I'm like, oh yeah, this reads like so easily. It's so enjoyable, so entertaining, so breezy, and yeah, it's nice not to be talked down to. It's nice that Peter does assume that you have some basics possibly down, but that he actually gives you anything that might not be just part of general culture, and even a lot of what should be part of the general culture, he gives that to you as well. For example, the very first appendix is the allegory of the chariot from Plato's Phaedrus. Now, I was watching Michael J. Auger's YouTube video yesterday on the tarot card of the chariot, and he was actually talking about this very allegory, and then I was like, oh well, actually I know what you're talking about now. That was really very cool. But yeah, he gives you the whole allegory because, well, he knows that, well, it should be part of general culture, but there's a high likelihood that you don't know it, and so he gives it to you, which is very cool. And then, oh yeah, this is another thing, folks. For those of you who might be a little bit, perplexed on the idea of the protogonos and on the idea of phanes, let me see, Carl Jung fans out there, right? Aeon, the lion-headed, serpent-girded god of time. All of that is described in great detail over here, because, of course, it's required in order to understand what's going on. I'm showing you a few pictures over here. There's quite nicely illustrated, and quite a few color plates so that you can really get a feel for what Peter is talking about here. Here we have a couple of pictures of the Moderna Phanes. Yeah, very cool. And yeah, so and then, of course, in order to understand what's going on with the Mithras cult, you have to understand its context, and so he gives you a deep dive into what the Orphic mysteries might have been, and then he gives you a deep dive into the various gods that Mithras might have emulated, and the gods on which those were based, and so on. So yeah, extraordinary stuff. Very nice. I could not stop reading. I have thoroughly enjoyed this, and I'm deeply grateful to Peter Mark Adams for having written the book, and to Theion Publishing for making it available. And I think that anyone picking this one up will be just as delighted as I have been. This is great stuff. Yeah. So yet another one knocked out of the park for Theion Publishing after She of the Night a few months ago. It's barely a couple of months ago. Is it even a month ago? I'm not sure. But they're really on top of their game right now. So excellent stuff. I hope you enjoyed the review. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't done so already. If you'd like to support the channel, then the Patreon is the best way to do it. I do one-to-one conversations if you'd like some book recommendations for your particular spiritual path. I've read a few, and so I'm quite well placed to listen to what your baggage is, and to give you some personal recommendations. But I can read your tarot as well. We can find out what's what an ideal path for you might look like, and that kind of thing. On all the details to find out all about that can be found in the pinned comment and in the description of this video, as well as a link to go and purchase Ritual and Epiphany in the Mysteries of Mithras by Peter Mark Adams. I hope you have a lovely day, lovely morning, lovely evening, whenever you are, wherever you are. Do take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I'll see you soon with another video. Bye-bye.